Good morning. Happy Friday, folks. What is up? What is going on? I had some music playing, then it just stopped. Hopefully it'll come back on. Okay. So happy Friday. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am late today. So I apologize. And look, here's the funny thing. I've been late all week. I didn't realize it. Jamaica, when I was in Jamaica, the time zone was the same. And then when I got here to Houston, I'm not gonna say I didn't realize it immediately, but I really wasn't that aware of it in the morning. I was just so used to coming on at 7:30 that I've been East Coast folks. I apologize. I've still been coming on at 7:30 all week long, and that's 8:30 for you guys. So I apologize. Good morning, Miss Keisha. Look, and then so today, guys, I'm sorry. I've been on the road since last Thursday. I've been on the move. So I slept in today. Well, not really, because I had to get on email. But I laid a little longer this morning. And I wanted to get my stuff packed up so that after I do this warm up, I can just get ready to go. I can get ready to get ready to head to the airport and make it back to DC. So, y'all like my hat? Floyd Kasumi later. I seen the TMT. I was like, oh, that's really the motivation team. If y'all didn't know, no, it's actually not. I'm not gonna take any credit for it. It's the money team, but it's a great hat. Yeah, Miss Keisha. I know that a lot of people typically get on here live a little later in the day and watch. So the funny thing is, it's 10:30 on the East Coast now. So I'm interested to see who's live because it should be a completely different. I'm guessing it might be different folks on. So good morning, y'all. Say what's up. Man, I could tell you, guys, the one place I wanted to start on this trip was. Well, with this message this morning was gratitude, man. I had such a great trip. I got to spend some good time with friends and family. Cuz I got to spend a lot of time with friends and family. And just traveling is so cool. I'll tell you guys a couple stories. But yeah, so uh-oh. All right, I'm back. Poor internet connection. So yeah, went to Jamaica, went to Houston. I'm back. I'm coming home. I learned a lot this week. We were doing a new a training for some of our new folks around the country, and I even went out and got to see some of Houston last night. Part of the reason why I'm up so late. But Houston's a cool city, man. Let me start there. If you guys ever get a chance to visit Texas, I would suggest going to Houston. I hear Austin is really cool too, but Houston was great. So great city. My friends were great hosts. I got to get up with another friend of mine, Crystal, yesterday, whose fiance is a black belt or about to be a black belt. So I'll tell you about that story. That was interesting. But a few things, guys. This week has been so different of how I had to do stuff. I got sticky notes all over the place because I don't have my whiteboard, but I still got these sticky notes out. So I wanted to just review some of the stuff we talked about this week really quickly because I got all these notes here. It's amazing. So, yeah, some great restaurants out here too. Some great restaurants. I mean, I went to this place called Raw Sushi, and that was really nice. I didn't get out too much. Well, they have a Del Frisco's out here too. That was amazing. All right. Here's some of the things I wrote down this week, and this one is going to be a consistent theme. So you're either going to build on your progress or bounce back, right, y'all? So that's every day. So every day in the morning, you should be asking yourself, man, what kind of day is this? Am I building or am I bouncing back? Because if you have a fail, if you have a fall, or you take an L, you win some, you lose some. There's a song that says, last night I took an L and today I bounced back. You got to bounce back. It's just the way it is. And so I encourage you to think about that first thing in the morning. Am I building or am I bouncing back? And then just get ready to go from there. At one point this week, I had to do some serious exercising in the morning just to get myself going because my energy level was so low. So yeah, that's just another tip there, man. Sometimes a little energizer in the morning, do 100 jumping jacks, 50 push-ups, and some sit-ups. It can get you going. And so I went downstairs to my session that morning after doing the warm-up and the exercise, energized. I really did. And so just keep that in mind when you guys are trying to get yourselves going in the morning. Let me see. So we talked about the best teacher in life being your own experience. Don't be afraid. This is a good one. We had a conversation earlier this week talking about not being afraid to reinvent yourself, not being afraid to grow. And it was funny because during that time I talked about Floyd and I talked about Sean Combs. Why not? These guys are making it. Then it's funny because I went and bought a Floyd hat later this week, so it's funny how that all works. But, you know, he evolved, right? He was Pretty Boy. He evolved over time. He didn't just stay stagnant. Same thing with Sean Combs. I mean, this guy, he was Puffy, Diddy, Daddy, P. Diddy, Puff. Evolution, though. Like, he reinvented himself to stay relevant, to, you know, keep his brand alive. Some other really good ones, and then I'm going to tell you guys a couple stories. Okay. Oh, that was a good one. I'll read the Diddy quote too. Diddy said, it was from the song. I talked about this earlier this week. Can't nobody stop my shine. Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no, you got to keep on moving. And that's real though. Y'all can't let people get in the way and just, you know, we're off that. You can't let nobody just stop your shine. You can't, I hate to even, you know, sound like this is, oh, let's talk about the haters. But I mean, there are people in your life that are really trying to, you know, knock you off your block, knock you off your square, mess up your peace of mind. Don't let them. Don't let them. Don't let nobody steal your shine. You know you great. We're going to win some, we're going to lose some. And we talked about that, guys. I just want, you know, want people to know that as much as I encourage you to go out here and have a great day and get out here and chase your dreams, sometimes things don't always go your way. And you can't just soak and get down in that. How do you, have you guys checked in with your accountability partners this week? Have you done that? Do you have one yet? I felt like throughout this process, what's going on, Darren? What's up, Dwight? What's up, Christy? Throughout this process, I've developed some accountability partners too, as much as I try to be one for you guys. But of course, my cousin Carl texted me first thing this morning, what are you doing? I'm supposed to be on the warm-up. What's going on? I said, man, because I slept in. I felt bad about it. But he got me up, though, and made sure that I did my job and stayed to my commitments. And so everybody needs accountability partners. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Have somebody, and you can't be afraid to have somebody that's going to check you either lightly or directly. It is what it is. So, all right. So yesterday I was talking about the fact that I think I might have had, it's funny because I'm wearing the hoodie because I'm about to get on the airplane, but I think I had this hoodie on the other day to go to the game, and I had a different fitted hat on, and I had my leather jacket, and I was surprised at the way that some people responded to me, and the way that they, you know, the way it was like, oh, they looked at me kind of weird because they didn't recognize me from not being dressed up. And I was like, you know, it's always good to be aware of how you carry yourself and how you walk into the room and how you may be perceived by others. And I think it was good that a lot of folks on here, we had some mixed dialogue about that, about whether or not, you know, the burden is on you to carry yourself a certain way or the burden is on the other person to not be judgmental. At any rate, I initially took it yesterday as, you know, of course, because I'm self-reflective, and I think that's just the best way to move sometimes. It's so hard to really try to tell other people how to think and live, you know what I mean? Like, you got to be self-reflective. I think a lot of times that's the best way to get the first lessons out of any given situation, is to be self-reflective. How did I handle myself in this situation? What role did I play? But so initially when this happened and I was on the flip side of the judgment, right? I became reflective and self-conscious and say, okay, I need to be aware of myself. But so yesterday, my friend, I told you I was in town visiting a friend, and her fiance is studying Aikido. And so she invited us over to the dojo where they train or whatever, which nevertheless, there was this beautiful home, and the sensei of this class who teaches Hapkido was this woman. She was Cuban. She's from New York, but she's been here for, I think, over a decade. Nonetheless, last night, talking about not judging books by its cover. That's where I'm gonna get at for a second here, and then we can talk about some fun for the weekend. Last night we go to dinner, and on 3 separate occasions, I was told that someone told me that they could whoop my ass. Full blown. They said, "Look, I could probably whoop your ass." But here's the funny part. The one person was the sensei, who's a woman, and I fully believe her. And the other woman was a 60-year-old Filipino woman who told me that her profession now is she's a massage therapist, but she is a black belt and she could kick my ass. And then the other person was like a 72-year-old white man. His hair was as white as this. His hair was more white than the screen, like on the sides of the screen. And he for sure said that he could easily whoop my ass. It was so funny because, I mean, if you just definitely can't judge a book by its cover. I mean, most of the folks, there was a good amount of people at this little event, and it was so nice, guys. Like the energy was so peaceful. It was very multicultural. There was a potluck. I mean, I showed up. I tried to bring a bottle of wine. I didn't know where I was going, but it was so nice. But when I tell you that the people, it was such a diverse group of people, and quiet as kept, they all knew Hapkido. And you would have never guessed. So needless to say, be careful who you run up on, because they might know that stuff. I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, this little old lady, she was just like, she told me, she said, she was like, yeah, I'm a black belt. And she said, if we go out, I don't worry. She said, I get into a confrontation, I tell my husband, get behind me, I'll kill him. I bust out laughing, man. It was so cute, but she was dead serious. But it was cool, man. Like, just to meet new people, a very diverse group of people. We're talking about white, black, Asian, Filipino. I mean, everything. And then of all different professions. I mean, one lady was a librarian. She was from Pennsylvania. She was a librarian, but she was also a black belt. There was a gentleman who was like a orthodontist. I mean, you just never know. So now I'm the judger, right? And so definitely such a good balancing act before the 2 days. And it just reminds you that don't judge, right? Don't judge a book by its cover. Get to know some folks. Remember, I talked about having deeper levels of conversation with people. Don't just have surface level conversations with people. Have deeper level conversations with folks. You'll be surprised at what you learned. So surprised. Like the one woman was from Pennsylvania. I went to school in Pennsylvania, so we had a connecting point. We could build off of that. We knew a lot of the same places. So yeah, guys, I thought that was a fun, interesting lesson to come back around. Don't judge a book by its cover. You never know somebody's background. You never know if they know that MMA. You never know if they know some Hapkido. You don't know what folks know, man. So just get to know folks and give them a chance. Fun. For most people, I think this weekend is President's Day weekend. I think. And so I got a couple good quotes I'm going to end with today for Black History Month. But as far as having fun this weekend, I think it's going to be a 4-day weekend. Well, it's a 4-day weekend for me. At least a 3-day weekend for some folks. And if not nothing else, a lot of people should have Saturday and Sunday off. I wonder what the weather is like back on the East Coast. I haven't been home in so long. But get out, man. Get out and do something fun. Reward yourself for the week. I mean, even if you had a rough week, and we made it, right? We're here. We're on the other side of it. You know, you're not permanently stuck. You're not in the hospital. You're not, it ain't the end of the road for you. We still ticking. So reward yourself. Have some relax this weekend. Go out. See a movie. Go to go ice skating, go roller skating, go do something fun. Enjoy your weekend. You guys work hard, and you got to have good work-life balance. And so I talk about that a lot. You got to have good work-life balance. Get out today. Go do something fun. Go enjoy yourself this weekend. Go spend time with your kids or your significant other. Don't let this weekend pass you by without sprinkling some happiness on your life. And so just go get yourself some laughs and some chuckles, man. Enjoy your weekend. Couple quotes I want to leave you guys with. And I'll be... There's a couple quotes, couple good quotes. And these are actually excellent. Here we go. Apologize. Okay, here we go. Bear with me. All right. 2 quotes I'm going to leave y'all with. And it's great, the folks that these quotes are coming from, because it's king and queen, right? First quote from Coretta Scott King. Hate is too great a burden to bear. It injures the hater more than it injures the hated. She said, hate is too great a burden to bear. It injures the hater more than it injures the hated. Coretta Scott King. Stop hating. Don't do it. All right? It's just bad. You're hurting yourself, actually. That's the same amount of energy you could be pumping into yourself in a positive way. All right? And her husband. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Martin Luther King Jr. Don't those 2 quotes go so well together? And I just wanted to leave y'all with that, man. Walk into this weekend with peace. I'll be back next week. So Twitter, I'll be back on Twitter next week, or Periscope with the warm up, and you know, so I'll be looking to get back into more of a normal rhythm around 7:30 Eastern time on a regular basis next week. Thank y'all so much for riding with me on this vacation. on this journey, because I've been on the road the whole time, and we've still been able to do the warm-ups and get motivated and get our day started. And I appreciate y'all so much. So y'all have a good one. God bless. Have a great weekend. Share the video, and talk to y'all on Monday.